Hi everyone, just doing a video on how to breed and care for guppies. This is my guppy tank I featured in my first video. Still have to bring in about double the amount of fish you see in this tank from outside, but it's pouring down with rain at the moment, so I really don't want to be doing that. So caring for guppies is very easy. It's as simple as putting them in a tank with some light plants and food. A lot of people say add some salt to the water for your live bearers. I've never done this, and I've got mollies, guppies, endlers, platies. They're all happy without any salt added to the water. I don't know why people recommend this. It's totally unnecessary. But having said that, if you do buy your guppies or mollies or any live bearer that come from a pet store where they have been adding salt to the aquarium, put at least a little bit in yours so you do not shock them. Otherwise it will cause them to have renal kidney failure. Which, if you ever see happen to a whole bunch of mollies that you've just bought, is, not distressing, more like it will piss you off to no end. So in this guppy tank I've got a wide variety of colour morphs, as well as upper, lower and double sword-tailed guppies. I bred those myself. The easiest way to get that sort of alteration to the fins happening in a guppy tank is actually to buy, if I can get it into shot here. See, this is one of the upper sword ones. Very nice one. Double sword. The telltale patterning on this one should give away how I got that. I put in a couple male endlers from my endler tank to crossbreed with the guppies. I don't recommend chucking in your female endlers to crossbreed with them, just because endlers, there's a little bit of discussion about whether or not they are just a variety of guppy or if they're a separate species. But anyway, you look at it, the endlers that you find in the wild are becoming threatened, if not endangered, so it's best not to cross them with the other fish. Just if you want to put a male in to have a guppy female playmate for a while, go ahead. That's never a problem. You'll find that one mating from a male guppy with a female guppy, she'll produce fry for, a year after that one encounter with the male. So when you're setting up a guppy tank, if you want to do it on the cheap, just buy one male and a whole bunch of pregnant females from the pet store if they have mixed fish into the thing. If not, just buy a whole bunch of females and one male. And every so often, just when that male dies, chuck in a new one from a pet store, and that's how I always get my colour varieties happening. It's a lot cheaper too, because you spend in Australia, you spend nearly $6 on a male guppy, and $4.50 for a female one. So I'd rather save $1.50 and just get a few more females. Feeding them is very easy. They love eating algae. Most live bearers do. Mollies are the best at eating algae, but guppies will do it as well. Let's see if I get it in this shot. This Hygrophila polysperma has got a little bit of algae still left on it, but it was absolutely covered in algae when I brought it in from outside. You can see this little one down here was just eating the algae off this plant. They're good at maintaining the algae. Yes, puss puss, I can hear you. What do you want? Hey, what do you want? Feeding them is easy. Pellets, flake, freeze-dried food, or even frozen food. They love it all. You don't need a heavily planted tank for guppies. If you're not really good at keeping plants, I recommend chucking in just some plastic ones. You can always get the plastic Elodia. This is actually real Elodia, but you can get the plastic varieties. Just a couple of those chucked into the tank will give you a fry somewhere to hide. I always recommend having real plants in there, so if you're not sure what plants will do well, pay attention to this one. It's called Anubias. It's best to buy it either attached to a rock or onto the driftwood, just because if you don't know much about plants, if you plant Anubias all the way into the substrate and cover the rhizome, it will cause it to rot and die. But they're the best plants to have if you are new to plants in fish tanks, because fish generally don't attack them and they are not high light needing plants, and you don't need any CO2 or fertilizers for them to grow. They just do their own thing. Next runner-up would be, of course, Java fern. My Java fern is not happy with me at the moment because I did uproot it and break it apart to attach to these rocks, so that's why it's looking a bit sad. So, breeding guppies, very easy. Everyone should give it a go. Puss, stop attacking me. I'm trying to make a video, okay? If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Sorry, probably not as thorough in this video as I'd like to be, being attacked by a kitten.